us about that.
Yes, we have, like he said, African farmer Mogaji. Of course, from that name alone, you know he is a farmer. Good morning to you and thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
Nice to have you join us.
Thank you.
And the Managing Director, CEO, Bama Farms Limited, and the past Chairman, Agri Group, Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Wale Oyekoya, joins us on phone from Akure. Wale, good morning to you too for joining us.
Yeah, good morning. I hope you're safe from the rain.
All right, yeah, well, it's been raining here, so in Lagos, everything seems to be calm, but we don't know how that is, the implication of all of that in other parts of the country. But let me start with you, Wale, where you are. There were projections and even prediction that there will be floods this year. And I wonder from your perspective, if government did anything to educate people or any agency did anything to educate people in that regard as to what to do and how to do it. Let's start from there.
Well, let me put it this way. It's raining everywhere. This happens every year, and I was expecting the government to be able to educate people every year. This happened in 2012, which was a very big disaster. It happened in 2016, happened in 2015, and this is 2018. And what are the preparations that the government are really putting in place? To me, it's nil. It happens all over the world. It's not only in Nigeria, but we've been talking about climate change for years. And every other countries, same country, to protect the security and lives of their people, they've been preparing for such a downpour. But Nigeria seems just to be waiting for disaster to happen. And if you look at most of these states, they don't even have most of this prediction of how rain, the heavy, because we've been having a whole lot of downpour. And if you look at people living very coastal areas like the River Niger, River Benue, Hadija, they've been hit heavily. Every year it happens. So the palliative measurement the government is giving, it's not going to help the government, it's not going to help the people, because if you look right, even where I am in Ondo State now, it's everywhere is downpour, it's erosion, everywhere wiping away some of these farm produce of everybody. So it's not only in Lagos. And you know Lagos is a congested area where every little thing happen like this is going to manipulate into so many things, especially the way most of the oceans are being blocked and how the drainage is very rampant, especially in the urban area. So to me, the education is not that much. Many people just don't even know what is really happening until they go out out on the street and they see that the whole have been taken over by erosion. They are not warned. So it's like the palliative measure the government is giving. Maybe because of election time is coming, everybody's just coming out just to play the bad the good guy. But it's not going to help us a lot.
All right, Wale, we'll get to you in a bit. Stay with us. Let me come to you now, African farmer. Can farmers really prepare enough for heavy floods?
Well, farmers can't prepare for floods. I use the word can't because it's a situation out of their control. However, if the early warning system, is being made available to the farmers and not just on radio, because what happens is that the farmers hear it on radio. They hear the devastation that can happen, but nobody really goes there in the field to really assess the farmers. If you're asking the farmers not to produce because of an impending flood, are there alternative areas of lands belonging to government, especially state government, that you're going to relocate them to because they must work? And the outcome of what they harvest is what the family is going to be sustained on. And they're going to pay school fees and pay other bills. So it's not enough for us to always talk about it. The rural farmers that produce over 70% of what we consume, we need to pay attention to them. There are areas called uplands. Those are areas not prone to flooding. Now, so who clears those lands for them? If the lands are cleared, the farmers may have to rent those lands if government is not making it available. So who bears that extra cost? And don't forget, over the years, well, NIMET has improved a lot in the last 2 years for me in terms of field assessments. Over the years, all these predictions to the farmers, you will hear it will rain for about 200 and something days this year, and the farmers will experience shortage in rainfall. So over the years, they've been given wrong analysis, and so they also have that fear of what if the rains don't fall as predicted. You know, so, but we need beyond talk for governments, especially states, not federal, states to come in. And most of the states are still paying lip service, maybe for the exception of some in the north. But really, we need to protect the farmers. And one of the things I would like to see in this flood predictions is not just to say there's going to be heavy rainfall. Let the country know what value in terms of naira and kobo that effect is going to be. So I checked the reports from NIMET saying that about 60,208 hectares of land, you know, has been taken over by flood. Now, in naira and kobo, last year, Nigeria imported about 400,000 tons, metric tons of maize from US, data from US Department of Agriculture. Now, valued at about 82 point something billion. So if you want to produce it here, considering that, okay, we have low yields at 3 tons per hectare, which is still high,